Did you hear that? It's the sound of your sandpaper skin shredding the sheets. You need Jergens Ultra Healing Lotion.
Much softer.
Now, if only it could soften the snoring.
I snore?
And energizing citrus body butter. Jergens.
Crunchy.
Tasty.
Sweet or savory.
Always satisfying.
Give me Blue Diamond.
Crunchy, tasty, sweet or savory. Always satisfying.
Give me Blue Diamond.
Crunchy, tasty, sweet or savory. Always satisfying. Give me
Blue Diamond Almonds.
Can we play a quick game of Never Have I Ever, 80 for Brady edition? Tomorrow on ET, Sally, Jane, Lily, and Rita in the ET hot seat. Never have I ever ghosted a guy.
What's ghosted? Oh.
Ghosting.
So good, so good.
Before we go, this Sunday's Grammys are about to make hip-hop history.
Happening now.
The case has been given to the jury, and now they're deliberating if Andre McDonald is guilty of the 2019 murder of his wife, Andreen. We're at the courthouse with the very latest as we wait for a jury's verdict.
As power slowly returns to the Hill Country, we'll let you know what cities or communities may be looking at a boil water notice.
And I have new pictures of the damage from the ice I'll share with you, along with big-time improvements when the sun returns and how warm it's going to get in the days ahead. The News at 5 starts right now.
It has been 4 hours and still no verdict in the trial of Andre McDonald. That jury trying to decide if he's guilty of the 2019 murder of his wife, Andreen.
Eric Hernandez there for the closing arguments today, and with an explanation why the charge could change to manslaughter being considered. Erica.
Yeah, Ursula, it was just before 1 o'clock that the jury was escorted outside of the courtroom to begin deliberations. But before that, the state and the defense had one last chance to sway the jury during their closing arguments. Now, the defense telling the jury this case was manslaughter and not murder. Attorney John Convery, in his closing, says that Andre McDonald was acting in self-defense.
She charges Andre. This woman who's taller than him, probably stronger than him, Andre was assaulted. He has the right to use proportionate force.
Now, meanwhile, the state saying this was all a cover-up and Andre should be found guilty of murder.
Did he show any remorse? Did he show any emotion? His actions are clearly cold and calculated. The only thing he's sorry about, he got caught. Folks, it is time for responsibility. It is time for justice for Andre.
Now, what the jury could be deliberating is the difference between a guilty verdict on murder or a guilty verdict on manslaughter. The biggest difference between the two is the range of punishment. If it's murder, it is anywhere from 5 to 99 years in prison. If it's second-degree manslaughter, that punishment phase is reduced from 2 to 20 years. Stay with us. When that verdict comes in, we'll have it live for you on all our platforms. Live at the Kennedy Reeves Justice Center, Erica Hernandez, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Erica. And like you said, we're going to carry the verdict live on our KSAT YouTube page and on KSAT.com. And if a verdict comes down later in this newscast, we'll take you live to the courthouse right here on KSAT.
The electricity slowly starting to come back on across the Hill Country. Meantime, some other areas not too fortunate this evening. Our Camelia Juarez tells us how power restoration does not equate to normalcy just yet.
Fair Oaks Ranch resident Charles Mangelsdorf says his family spent last night trying to keep warm.
We just closed up all the blinds and the curtains, try to keep the warmth in one room, got the dogs in there as well.
Fair Oaks Ranch near Bernie has been without power throughout the night and into the early morning. A CPS mobile community center set up outside of Fair Oaks Elementary. It provided warmth and phone chargers. City Manager Tobin Maples says power should be restored by the afternoon, but crews are still assessing the damage.
We do have some down poles and lines here in Fair Oaks Ranch. They already have crews mobilized trying to get those back up and running.
Meanwhile, just down the road, people living in Bulverde and Spring Branch were in the dark overnight as downed power lines were being cleared.
The Pedernales Electric Cooperative says it's still unclear when power will be restored because the damage is extensive. Just take a look. Ice is still thawing and falling from this tower.
Meanwhile, Bulverde residents are losing business and patience. Alexis Washington works at the front desk of a hotel. She says there's been countless cancellations, but she's trying to accommodate guests best she can.
We're giving people flashlights. We actually cooked breakfast on our grill out back this morning.
Washington says she's lost all the food in her fridge and is becoming frustrated.
You want to be back in the warmth and it makes you resourceful, but you want your power back.
Camilia Juarez, KSAT 12 News.
And here's a live look outside from our live cam, and notice no precipitation, no rain, no drizzle, and even a little bit of clearing. Once you look off to the west, the sky's getting a little bit brighter out there, and some locations actually have a bit of sunshine right now. And no precipitation around here, and even farther north in Texas, temperatures have warmed up, so what's left over, we're just seeing pockets of rain. That's Killeen and northward up through Dallas. Looking at our numbers now, for the most part, 40s. 46 Port SA, 40 in Bulverde right now. As we go through the evening, some gradual clearing. Chilly out there, but not freezing for most of us, and no precipitation to go with it. We'll talk about how long the sun's going to stick around once it comes out, along with how much warmer it gets, and our next chance of rain right around the corner.
Thank you, Adam. The freezing rain and ice this week took its toll on trees in the Hill Country and northern Bexar County.
Now the question is, does insurance cover repair? Pardon?
Does insurance cover repairs for tree damage to vehicles and homes? What's the next step going forward? Meteorologist Mia Montgomery did some research.
As the sun rose Wednesday morning, pictures of ice damage like broken tree limbs, downed power lines, and even uprooted trees came flooding in. It turns out several elements like tree symmetry, branch structure, and strong winds can amplify the breakage process when ice is involved. Along with that, our trees have gone through a lot with prolonged drought conditions and recent weather events.
The effects that we typically see with drought are stress. And our trees have gone through a lot of stressful events recently, as well as the ice storm back in 2021. And so that accumulation of stress, could weaken a tree's health.
Some broken branches ended up causing damage to homes and vehicles. So how do you know if your insurance plan will cover the repairs? According to experts, the comprehensive part of your auto policy comes into play after you meet your deductible. If there is damage to your home, check your homeowner's policy for exact details.
Homeowners' policies can vary across the board depending on company, type of structure. So you definitely want to stay connected, contact your insurance company, and really get that claims process rolling.
If your next step is cleanup, there is some advice that you should follow when going about that process.
The priorities would be there, have your safety in mind, remove those sort of more critical limbs, and then wait a little bit to assess the tree to see if any more limbs need to be removed.
Ice will be ice, but experts say that regularly maintaining your trees and pruning for good, balanced structure could help prevent additional breakage in the future. Mia Montgomery, KSAT 12 News.
From trees to traffic right now, let's take a live look at Loop 410 at Callahan, and you can see things are moving along very smoothly, and like Adam said just moments ago, no moisture on the roads right now. But slick roads were the cause of a rollover crash near downtown. This happened at 11 o'clock last night on I-35 southbound near South Alamo Street. Police say the driver lost control due to the slippery road and rolled their vehicle. They were checked by EMS, released immediately. No other vehicles were involved and no other injuries reported. A police officer bit by a dog while helping with a domestic violence situation. The officer responded to the call of a 17-year-old assaulting his father at the La Quinta Inn near Southwest Military. When officers knocked on the door of the room, two dogs charged at them. One officer went to the parking lot. The other, though, he ended up getting bit in the abdomen and backside. The officer then pulled out his gun and shot one of those dogs. The teenager arrested for family violence. The officer was taken to a nearby hospital, placed on administrative duty. The dog's condition unknown tonight.
Converse police looking for a missing 66-year-old woman who poses a threat to her own health and safety. Valletta Bobbitt is 5'3". She weighs 140 pounds. She has gray hair and brown eyes and was last seen wearing a flowered coat, blue vest, a skirt, and flip-flops. She is diagnosed with cognitive impairment, and she was last seen around 6:50 at night on Wednesday in the 10,400 block of Rock Cove Lane. She was driving a blue Ford Fiesta. It is a 2019 Ford Fiesta. Anyone who has seen her is being asked to call Converse Police at 210-658-2322.
Two Uvalde School District police officers have left the force. According to the Uvalde Leader News, officers Adrian Gonzalez and Ruby Gonzalez have left the Consolidated Independent School District. They left on January 1st. It is unclear, though, exactly why they left. By the way, the Texas House Committee investigative report found that both officers did respond to the Robb Elementary shooting in Uvalde on May 24th.
President Biden set to meet with members of the Congressional Black Caucus who are expecting him to use his authority for police reform. This comes a few days after the funeral of Tyree Nichols, and on how the members want the House to advance police legislation in Congress.
Today, President Biden meeting with the Congressional Black Caucus at the White House amid renewed calls for police reform. This after recently released video shows the violent beating of 29-year-old Tyree Nichols by Memphis police officers following a traffic stop. He died 3 days later.
One must ask, was not it in the interest of keeping the public safe that Tyree Nichols would be with us here today?
Vice President Kamala Harris at Nichols' funeral Wednesday, vowing to stay committed to cracking down on police brutality.
We demand that Congress pass the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act. Joe Biden will sign it.
But back in Washington, an all too familiar inflection point. The last round of bipartisan negotiations for comprehensive police reform fell apart in 2021 over several issues, including qualified immunity, the legal doctrine that limits victims' lawsuits against police officers. At that time, Biden signed an executive order to create a national database of police misconduct, among other provisions. The White House calling on Congress to pass permanent legislation.
The president told Mr. Nichols' family that he would continue pushing Congress to send the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act to his desk.
The Congressional Black Caucus now focused on two things: requesting for the president to talk about policing in his State of the Union next week and using the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act as a starting framework for new legislation. The parents of Tyree Nichols accepted an invitation to attend President Biden's State of the Union address next week. House Democrats plan to reintroduce the George Floyd Act right after the address. Em Nguyen, ABC News, Washington.
The FBI ready to start their search of former Vice President Mike Pence's home in Indianapolis for any classified documents that may be there. The Pence team already said they're fully cooperating with this investigation. They're confident the FBI won't find anything since they already looked around themselves. The search comes after a previous finding that Pence did in fact have classified government documents at his private residence. This also comes one day after the FBI searched President Joe Biden's home looking for classified documents as well. Well, as we talk about the interest rate in the Federal Reserve, let's also talk about interest rates and your credit cards. 12 on your side explains how you can protect yourself against rising interest rates.
A look now at what's coming up on the news at 6 o'clock today. I'm Myra Arthur. First, the story of a mother facing an unbelievable challenge head on. This is Christina Pacheco from Pleasanton. She lost both her hands and feet after getting an infection following delivering a baby. Our RJ Marquez is following her story now and shares an update on how she is doing and her beautiful family. And there were far more requests than there was money to go around. So why did the city of San Antonio still not spend all the funds that were set aside for mental health and other social services? We find out today on the news at 6. We'll see you then.
Thank you, Myra. Now to your money and another hike to the federal funds rate means for you. It likely means that it's going to cost you more to carry a credit card balance or even to buy a car. But as 12 on your side's Marilyn Moritz reports, it can also mean you'll get more money in your savings account.
If you pay with plastic, you can expect the interest rate on that credit card to climb again.
The fact that the Fed has now raised 4.5 percentage points since last March
that has a big effect on your credit card bill, especially if you're only making minimum payments.
The average credit card rate is already near a whopping 20%. If you can't pay your cards off, Bankrate's Ted Rossman suggests moving your balance to a card promoting 0% interest.
These last as long as 21 months, and that could really be a tremendous tailwind for helping you get out of debt.
Renovating your home with a home equity line of credit, that's about to cost you more. And the cost of borrowing to buy a house or a new car might be pushed higher too. Those loans are already much steeper than last year. The average 30-year fixed mortgage is now 6.3%, up from 3.8%. And the average 5-year car note is more than 6%. A year ago, it was less than 4%, all meaning you pay thousands more over the life of the loans. But there is an upside to all of these rate hikes, and that has to do with your savings account.
I think it's a really important tip to shop around for the best yield because the big banks are still offering next to nothing.
He says some banks, particularly online, are offering 4 and even 5% interest on your savings, and that can add up. Marilyn Moritz, KSAT 12 News.
Take a live look outside right now, 43 degrees. I don't know if 43 has ever felt so good.
It feels amazing. Oh, so many days in a row of just 30s. I mean, 3 days in a row, temperatures primarily in the 30s and even a little below freezing. Starting to get a little bit of sunshine out there. Let's get right to our weather headlines. Chilly tonight, but clear and dry. We had a chance to thaw out today. All the ice on the limbs and power lines thawed out quite a bit. It will get cold again tonight, but I don't think we'll have any issues. A sunny stretch ahead. That's the key. A lot of sunshine and much warmer temperatures as a result. And another chance of rain as we get into next week, but no ice expected with that. All right, take a look at Timberwood Park this morning. I mean, still picking up because here's the thing. The ice held on tight to those trees overnight. We didn't get much additional icing, but the ice held on, and that prolonged exposure causing the extra stress meant more limbs and branches snapping even overnight up around Timberwood Park, Bulverde, and points northward. There's a look at a very old, possibly 100-year-old oak tree in a backyard, and look how tall that was sprawling, and that one big limb with the child's swing as well. Of course, that limb that went off to the side went down. So amazing video there of what we've been through, especially along and north of 1604. And now we've thawed out a bit. This system, it's moving out of here. It's pushing eastward, still some moisture left from about Waco northward to Dallas, and then especially some rain into the southeastern United States. But this dip in the upper level flow, that disturbance, heading on out, moving out of here, and it's going to be replaced by this little bump in the upper level flow, a little ridge, a weak little blue H, but a very welcomed blue H. Upper level high is going to settle overhead, and that's going to give us a lot of sunshine tomorrow. Sky's going to clear out, I think, gradually tonight, and then tomorrow, nothing but sunshine. This weekend, a lot of sunshine as well, and a good opportunity to warm up. Then we look ahead to our next system. By Sunday, that's dropping into the western U.S., and this could position itself far enough south again to put us in the real energy zone of that upper disturbance by next Tuesday and Wednesday. Still a bit of uncertainty on exactly where this upper low will position itself, but right now it's looking a little more favorable for some rain and even a few thunderstorms at that point. Yes, thunderstorms, not ice, not freezing rain. 30% is where we have it right now for Tuesday and Wednesday, but I anticipate as time goes by, we may be raising those chances a little bit more. So something to check back in on in the days ahead. 34 was our low today, so it warmed up a little bit overnight. Then a high temperature of 45. 45 never felt so good. Much better than the 30s of the days past. 43 Helotes. Kerrville 42, 40 in Bulverde and Canyon Lake. Temperatures for the most part back into the 40s, even some 50s under the sunshine. 53 in Uvalde, Carrizo Springs now at 59. The cool spot, Fredericksburg at 38 and Rock Springs at 39, but at least that's above freezing. Here's what you can expect tomorrow morning. Freezing again in a good portion of our area. Bulverde, Bernie, Fair Oaks Ranch, 30 degrees. Comfort, 29 along with Kerrville. Bandera, Pipe Creek about 29. Rio Medina, Divine 31. Around San Antonio, a degree or two above freezing, but this shouldn't be problematic because the roads have dried out and the trees have had a chance to thaw. Fog in the morning tomorrow at 35 degrees. By the afternoon, nothing but sunshine, and we make it up to 57. Or 58, I should say, for the high temperature. Upper 50s near 60, 70s by Sunday and Monday with sunshine, then that chance of rain by Tuesday, Wednesday.
Looks so much nicer. Thank you, Adam.
All right, so I'm glad that everything seemed to get kind of back to normal today. A lot of kids missed National Signing Day, the big events that they had at school.
Yes, the ceremony should have been held yesterday, but instead, a lot of them were pushed back to today. And of course, KSAT Toll Sports was there, where he went to Sam Houston High School to catch up with 3 young men who are moving on to the next level. And there were plenty of big smiles out at Brandeis High School for those student athletes as well. Coming up.
That's a blessing, man. It's a blessing, man. I'm so proud these kids get to further their education through athletics. It's awesome, man. It's very awesome. These kids have worked hard.
Sam Houston head football coach Jeremy Williams is excited that 3 of his Hurricanes will continue their education at the next level in big board sports. Due to bad weather and schools closing yesterday, National Signing Day ceremonies were pushed back to today. We started Sam Houston High School to help celebrate Jamie Johnson, who's going to Abilene Christian, Javon Adam, who's heading off to Tyler Junior College, and Winslin Calhoun, who will attend Southwestern University, all 3 for football.
I've been dreaming of this like my whole life, wanted to go play football at the next level. So it's really a blessing to be able to go play at the D1 level of football. There was some practices where I'm like, I don't know if I can keep doing this or is this for me, but I was like, I'm just gonna keep going because I know it's gonna pay off in the long run. Like, it didn't come easy at all, so I'm just really blessed to be in this situation that I didn't really give up at all, just kept grinding. I know it's gonna come eventually.
At Brandeis High School, it was a huge day for 8 student athletes, including Chris Bryson, who will play football for Jeff Traylor at UTSA. Alex Wyatt will take his football skills to Angelo State. Ethan Malisic will study and run cross country for the University of the Incarnate Word. And Maya Munoz is going to Wheeling University for soccer.
It's crazy that it happened so fast. You know what I'm saying? It snuck up on me, but I'm blessed that it happened, and I'm happy for everyone in my life that scored me, and they're here with me today.
I just felt like the right place for me. It's like the coaches, the people there, the players. Just felt like a good fit and something I'm excited for in the next 4 or 5 years.
I was just a freshman like yesterday, it feels like, and now I know that I'm going to the next step in my life, and I'm just ready for it, and I'm proud to be here with my family to support me since day one.
It happened really fast, but I'm glad it did. It took a lot of work every day, practicing on the weekend with my family, with my dad. So shout out to my dad for, making me the athlete I am today.
Shout out to the dad. I love it. We'll have more signings at 6 tonight from Reagan, Steele, and Incarnate Word High School. Plus, we'll have a full list of names later tonight at KSAT.com.
Exciting day for those young kids.
Yes, I love seeing the smiles from family, friends, coaching staff, you name it.
Hard work. Paying off. We'll be right back. We have an update for you for a story that we saw a little bit earlier in our newscast just a few minutes ago. Converse Police Department letting us know that the silver alert for Valletta Bobbitt has been discontinued. We told you about it at the top of the show. Apparently, she has been found, and we will probably not hear what happened, but we're glad she's safe.
Bit of good news.
Yeah.
We'll see you at 6.